Today we will be focusing on what is cocoa, the history of cocoa in Trinidad and Tobago, cocoa farms in Trinidad, and what is the impact of quality of a cocoa bean. I will now take you into what is a cocoa bean. The cocoa tree originated millions of years ago in South America in a region that lies to the east of the Andes. The tree is a native to present-day regions of Mexico, Central America, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. In its natural habitat, cocoa grows in the understory of the tropical rainforest. It often grows in clumps along the riverbanks. Here, the roots may be flooded for long periods of the year. Cocoa usually grows at low elevations, typically below 300 meters above sea level in areas with 1,000 to 3,000 millimeters of rainfall per year. The fruit. The fruit produced is an egg-shaped red to brown berry. This berry is commonly referred to as the cocoa pod. The pods contain 30 to 40 seeds, which are surrounded by a bittersweet white pulp. Cocoa cultivation in Trinidad. In 1525, the Spaniards first introduced the Criollo native variety of cocoa into Trinidad. The variety was cultivated until a hurricane destroyed almost all of the Criollo's trees in 1727. In 1757, the Forastero exotic variety of cocoa was then brought from Venezuela and planted on the island. The variety was harder and trees and less susceptible to disease than the Criollo. The Trinitario variety. When the plantations were replanted with the Forastero in 1757, to the farmers' surprise, a new cocoa variety soon appeared in the fields. The new variety was called Trinitario and is a hybrid of the Criollo and the Forastero. The Trinitario, so named for the island of Trinidad, is said to combine the high flavor and quality of the Criollo with the high yield and disease-resistant properties of the Forastero. So, cocoa cultivation dominated Trinidad's economy between 1866 and 1920. The quality of cocoa beans. The different aspects of quality are discussed under the following headings, such as flavor, food safety and wholesomeness, physical characteristics, consistency, yield of edible material, color potential, and lastly, traceability, geographical indication, and certification. Now we will start off with flavor. So flavor is a key criterion of quality for manufacturers of cocoa products. The flavor criterion includes both the intensity of the cocoa together with any auxiliary flavor notes and the absence of flavor defects. Now these defects can include under-fermentation, over-fermentation, and taints. We now move on to food safety and wholesomeness. It is essential that cocoa, in common with all other food products, should be safe to eat and wholesome. It follows that the cocoa beans should not contain any impurities which could be present in the finished foods and prove injurious to the health of the consumer. There is a responsibility throughout the supply chain to ensure that the raw materials and products are wholesome and meet all national and international legislative requirements enforced at the point of entry and in the marketplace. Physical characteristics. Since manufacturers aim to produce chocolate of consistent quality, we therefore need to make sure that there is a mark or origin that can be relied upon to supply beans of consistent quality, and it will be more highly valued than one of heterogeneous quality. So Consistency refers not only to the amount of the effective beans, but also the bean size and the degree of fermentation. To some extent, consistency can be achieved by mixing the beans, but all the cocoa bean mix should be of the same grade standard. So it's not advisable to mix or blend poor quality cocoa with good quality cocoa and to obtain just a medium average minimum grade standard. While the value of the poor cocoa can be increased in this way, the value of the good cocoa is therefore reduced and the future demand for the cocoa will diminish. Now move on to traceability. Under the EU law, traceability means the ability to track any food or substance that will be used for consumption through all stages of production, processing, and distribution. The traceability of raw materials is a basic requirement for quality, food safety, and sustainability. Ideally, it should be possible to trace a particular lot of cocoa beans from the end user back to the farmers who produced it.
Thank you for watching this video about the quality of cocoa beans. If you would like more information on this topic, you can visit the Cocoa Research Center at the Faculty of Food and Agriculture at the UWI St. Augustine campus, or schedule a tour with the various cocoa farms.